everyone, it's Jessica here with another layout for the Not Just for Boys Kit Club. Today I'm using the Rugged Limitless Kit and the Essentials Kit. So I've got these two photos of my son wearing these groovy little sunglasses, and I actually made this background in my previous layout for Not Just for Boys. So if you want to check that out and how the background was made, I was actually going to use it for another layout and I decided not to. So I have that in another video, which I'll link below in the description. So I'm starting this off, my background already finished and ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and back this paper cut from the shop that says cool with some vellum. And I'm just using my Nuvo glue to do that with. So you can also get the Nuvo glue from the shop as well. And this is just the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. So it dries clear. I love it. It's one of my favorite adhesives. And all I'm doing here is just applying some to the back of my paper cut. And then I'm just going to trim out the excess vellum out from around my cut file. So I've got that there. I actually need to trim out between the C and that first star for the O, but I'll do that a little bit later. I'm going to grab some tissue paper here from my stash. It's all wrinkled up and everything, but I'm going to use a couple layers of this to put behind my photo or photos. I've actually matted them with some smooth white cardstock, and I kept them stuck together side by side to create kind of like a film strip, but I just left them together, and then I'm using some more Nuvo glue to adhere those tissue paper layers. I've got some scrappy bits from this kit already from my previous layout, so I'm just using what I have laying here to make my layers behind my photo. So I am just cutting this one down because I just want to use a piece of it there. My baby girl is bringing me a pen. She thinks I need that. Just distressing the edges of all of these layers. I flipped that over to have the other pattern paper on here, and then this piece I had left over too from die cutting some stars. So I'm just going to distress those edges as well. Baby girl's actually sitting beside me here while I'm doing the editing part of this video, and she is eating spaghetti and it's all over her face. So that's going to be really fun to clean up. But hey, she likes it, so I'm not complaining. So I'm just keeping the layered effect here. I'm working on the rest of them, and I really like this blue pattern paper, so I want to use some of that behind here too. But I've got all of these really cool layers behind the photo, and I know they're just small layers, but I really, really love the way that this looks. So I'm going to have to do this more often and put lots more layers behind my photos because I'm really, really digging the way that this looks behind there. So I've got my cut file here. Originally, I was going to use my background on this horizontal, but then I flipped it this way, and I really liked the way that it looked up and down. So I tend to do a lot of vertical style layouts, and this is going to be one of those layouts as well because I just like the way that they come together for me. I've pulled out some of my dies by Spellbinders, and I made a little border die at the bottom of my photo, and I was going to stagger my cut file at the top there, but I ended up in the end turning it so that it was straight along with the photo. And typically I do like something on my layout, if not everything, to be skewed and off center and kind of wonky, but this one I'm actually going to do straight. I'll straighten out that title and I will straighten out the photos so that everything lines up pretty good. So I came back to this in another day and I thought this needs more black. So I'm going to go ahead and add a bunch of black splatters with my Heidi Swap Color Shine from my stash. And I'm pretty impatient as far as letting that dry. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick my photo down. Just using my ATG gun. There I was kind of having a moment and deciding if I wanted to commit to that being straight, and I ended up doing it. So I mentioned earlier that I needed to trim this little bit out of the C, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab my X-Acto knife and my cutting mat here and just trim that out with my little X-Acto knife. So that's my easiest way to do the middles as far as getting those trimmed out. I'm going to go ahead and use my paper towel roll to dry up my little splatters because I'm really impatient. But then I'm just going to take more of the Nuvo glue and I'm going to adhere down my cut file because I know that's where I want it to go at the top. I'm not going to add anything behind it, so I might as well just go ahead and stick that down. I used the vellum because I really wanted that mixed media to show through there. So it is clear, but I like it because it kind of fades it out a little bit. So you can still tell that there's something there and it's backed as far as the cut file, but it's clear enough that you can still see all that beautiful mixed media through that. So I'm just pulling out a couple of the puffy foam stickers from this I think that's from the Cool Boy collection, if I remember right. And then this is the Bros Amazing Photo Play collection. These two collections are intermixed in this kit. I love them both. I have them both, and I love them equally. But I've used both of them quite a bit lately, and I love all the pieces of all these. And I love that they coordinate with each other too. And Meredy has such a great eye for putting different collections together, and I just love that. She takes the guesswork out of kits for us and puts all of these beautiful items together so that we don't have to think about, oh, does this match? Does this go together? She's already done that for us. That's what I love about our kits. I've got this cute little acrylic that I purchased from the shop. I'm going to just put that there. It's a little arrow. So my title just says, "You are cool" now, because I've added that little puffy foam sticker as well. I'm pulling out this stamp from my stash. And I'm just going to use this with some black archival ink because I really wanted to bring in some more black yet. I wanted to just put some of these little numbers that are kind of grungy on the top and bottom. So I ended up just stamping a little bits there at the top and bottom portion. And then I felt like it still needed a little bit more added to my layout. So I'm actually going to sprinkle on sequins and then glue them down in place. So this is something I like to do when I want it to look very random. I just kind of sprinkle or dump them directly onto my layouts, and then I use my Nuvo glue and my sequin tool to actually go through and adhere them down to the layout itself. So I'll speed this up here in a moment so you don't have to watch me place down each and every sequin, but for the most part, they all stay pretty much where they've fallen here. So I'll speed this up for you. There you go. I've also done some die cutting. So I die cut out a bunch of Elle Studio die, star cuts, whatever you want to call them. But I've die cut a whole bunch of them, and I'm using 2 different sizes of them. And then I am going to use my white pen here, as you can see, to just put an outline on them. It just gives them a little pop and makes it look like you purchased them instead of just drew on them yourself. But I just love the way that it looks on the black with the white. So that's why I'm doing this. And again, it adds another pop of black in there. And apparently I forgot to turn my camera on whenever I added a couple of these pieces, like that Flair. I thought I had my camera on, but I don't think I did. So the Flair is from Scrappin Happy Studio. It's right below this star right here. And I just added some thread behind it with some glue dots. That's all I did. So I'm just staggering all of these cute little black stars, and I think that's pretty much going to finish this one up. So I'll link the kit down below in the description in case you want to grab it from the shop if there's any left. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I've inspired you to create something beautiful today. Make sure you play along with this month's sketch. It's also in our Facebook group to play along with. So thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.